Tuesday, 11:48 p.m., March 22nd, 21st. Did Uber a lot last week. This weekend, a lot of young people saying things. Some young three guys pick up one Friday, Saturday night. One of them starts asking me a ton of questions, and I don't know if he knew me or who I was, or if his father, something to do with his father. He said, I talk about my father sometimes, and I told the guy, well, I said, now I'm going to ask you some questions. He goes, no. I said, well, if you dish it out, you got to take it back. Anything you dish out in life, you better be ready to take it back. So I was asking him, what does he do? And he said he was a contractor. I said, what kind of contractor? Now I say to the other guys, do you guys all work together? And the other guy goes, no. The other guy said, he doesn't need this, telling his buddy there. And I was just like sitting there driving. I could care less, just a bunch of yik yak. And the young guy's trying to tell me, he's 23 and trying to tell me all this stuff. And it's like, well, all this yik yak in the Uber doesn't mean a damn thing. Because everybody could be a liar in the Uber. I could be lying, you could be lying, everybody could be lying. I mean, it's just a bunch of yik yaks. It doesn't matter. I got out and left, and they were maybe drunk a little bit, but they weren't doing anything really. They're just yakking. The other guys, guy and girl, picked up. Didn't get paid. Talking. The girl was talking a lot. The guy wasn't saying anything. Talking about the basketball, where they went to college. The girl was Auburn and was picking St. Mary's to win it all. And the guy wasn't saying anything, and they were going back to a hotel, so I guess they were in town for work. I don't know if they were married. I guess they weren't married because they lived in different cities. The girl was a very good-looking younger girl, and the guy was really quiet. And I go, where'd you go to school? And he goes, he lives in Houston or something, Dallas. I go, why'd you go to TCU or Texas or Baylor? Or, he goes, no, I went to OU. I said, oh, I went to Oklahoma State. And they were, he was not very talkative. The girl was talking a lot. And then I found out afterwards they canceled the Uber trip, and then while I was driving them. They canceled it while I was driving them, but I don't know. I didn't get paid. I wasn't very happy. It was like $25, $30 trip, and I didn't get paid. And I complained to Uber, and they kind of, I don't know what they did. They said they did something, but I haven't seen anything. And other young people, and black people. It's funny how black people, their young kids start. We were talking about basketball with this guy, and he was talking about basketball and how he knew these local guys who were very good basketball players. I guess Rush became pros or NBA top college. He was buddies with one or two of them or something. The little kid in the back, and I was talking, He was 6'3", and I said, well, you'd probably be a point guard in a good college. You'd probably be a forward in high school, but in college, good college, you'd probably be a guard. And he goes, yeah, Steph Curry's 6'3". My buddy's 6'3" or something, Rush. And a little kid, little teen kid, 1 or 2 years old, says, hit him. But other little kids do that when I'm talking. The guy, the 20-some-year-old guy was, he wasn't acting. He was being polite and talking basketball and tournament and everything, and the little kid hit him. I don't know. It seems to me like a few months ago or a year ago, a kid who looked like the next door neighbor's big tall kid friend who was always there hanging at their house in their pool. I guess he was a punter for the football team. He would be out there in the street punting the football, and he could punt it pretty high and far, farther than me. And then he started parking his car in Dad's driveway, and then Dad didn't like it. And he would back his car out and put it at the bottom of the street, because the guy was being blatantly disrespectful. He was over 16. He was over 6 foot tall. He was a bigger kid. And seems to me like I was driving a guy, these young guys in the back seat. And one of them looked like this guy, not that big, maybe his kid. And he said, "Shoot him." And something in my mind makes me think that these people were involved with murdering my dad when I was 16 in one of these stockbroker houses. And setting him up. They were known to do shit. Farm Dad's yard. Go down to the busy street, Real Avenue, and loon people, stick their butts out. They were just kids being kids. I don't know. Did they murder my dad? I don't know. That's been in my thought. That's one of my possible scenarios based on things I remember and witnessed. Gossip. Merrill Lynch, you owe me $1 trillion for disrespecting me and probably murdering my dad. Payne Weber, Smith Barney. Trillion. Hand me the money, punks, and identify yourselves. Identify yourselves on national TV based on your ACT scores and your degrees and what from where. You don't need degrees to do something. You can do it. Well, so can I. I can do it with or without, but getting paid to do it, being allowed legally licensed to do it's a different issue, isn't it? So you punks owe me $1 trillion. And we figure out who you fucking are exactly based on, every detail. Your ACT score, you're no different than everybody else. Your degrees, your face, your body, your height, your weight, any tattoos or anything. Identify with all these fucking lookalikes running around. I don't know who the fuck people are sometimes. Look like people, and I don't know them that good or hardly knew them. I haven't seen them for 30 years, but they look like people I remember. I'm a little bit fatter, a little bit more double chin, a little bit more out of shape over this past winter and COVID 2 years, but yeah, it's me. Bucktooth monkey. You owe me $1 trillion, punks. You murdered my dad, you murdered my aunt. How many other people have they murdered and gotten away with? They know how to get away with it? They take calculated risks? Well, you're all fucking punks. Let's get every person involved identified since 1978 when I was 16. And all the shit started flying. Got my Oklahoma State on, Does that mean Oklahoma State takes priority over Purdue? No. Does Purdue take priority over Oklahoma State? Well, it's a master's degree. It's higher level. Oklahoma State engineering was probably more difficult than Purdue Krannert, and most people at Purdue Krannert probably couldn't pass Oklahoma State engineering. But, is that everything? It's not everything, because I didn't get $5 billion a year back then in '83, and I got bullshit experience and stories from that. I'll wear Oklahoma State, I'll wear Purdue, I'll wear whatever I want to. And it all really, are you paying me money? How's it putting money in my pocket, my $5 billion a year? It all matters. And scum don't matter, and they need to be identified and dealt the punishment that they have deserved and earned from their disrespect. Punks.